My name is Jolanda Termaten. I work as a trainer, speaker, and for the European Commission as an advisor on blockchain and Horizon 2020. And I would like to welcome you to the first online session of DCC Insights. DCC stands for Digitized Certification Consortium. In the light of the current rapid digitization of business processes, DCC is investigating which improvements can be made in the field of certification and the digital analog processes surrounding it. We also look at the possible role of new technologies on the basis of current practice. The ultimate goal is to work together towards a future-proof model for certification, in which safety and efficiency form the foundation. DCC Insights will collect the insights of various important players. Our first guest is Sebastiaan van der Lans, founder of WordProof.
My name is Sebastiaan van der Lans and I'm an entrepreneur in the world of open source for over a decade, for 14 and a half years. The interesting thing is we are deeply involved in plugin creation. So for example, when GDPR came up, we made a WordPress plugin for GDPR, which was downloaded over 1.3 million times and is actively being used on 100,000 WordPress sites. The most recent venture is WordProof. Some of you might have heard of WordProof. We recently won the 1 million prize, Blockchains for Social Good, by the European Commission. And what we do is time-stamping content on the internet. And our slogan is, let's fix the broken web together.
What do you think are currently the most challenging issues in the field of data integrity and fraud prevention?
In our case, data is often content, and there are two things wrong with content. In a way, we say, A, people are getting suspicious of the internet. Online fraud is higher than ever. Ipsos research told us that almost 70% of all Europeans have fallen for fake news at least once, and that's what they know. So for us, data integrity is about the integrity of content on the internet, and we solve that with timestamping content, all in an open source way. As many of you in the timestamp world may know, blockchain was originally invented not for Bitcoin, but for timestamping in 1991 already. So we try to stick as close to the original use case of blockchain, timestamping.
What kind of technical innovations does your organization currently implement to address these challenges?
So firstly, we create a tool to timestamp right from any content management system or webshop software. So on every new update or every new publishing, the content will be timestamped. And on the front end, any consumer, reader, buyer can check themselves how the content changed over time. So what we do is we making the simple timestamp, simple proof of existence accessible to both the publisher, webshop owner, merchant, as the consumer. Then the things we work on are the identities. We're involved in the self-sovereign identity movement, and we are working or collaborating in defining standards there. Other standard things communities we're part of are the schema.org, for example. Schema is how search engines and some of the social media interpreted data on, for example, websites. So Sebastian is not just a word, but also my first name. And WordProof is not just a word, but it's the name of the company where Sebastian works. So integrating deeply with self-sovereign identity makes sense. Also, in our case, because it's all public-facing information, the self-sovereign identity movement. We think that both content as persons need the self-sovereign identity and not only persons. And it will come together with schema. For example, a university gives the certificate, a Master of Journalism, kind of a token, maybe a non-fungible, defined conform self-sovereign identity guidelines, which are all forming at the moment. You can put that one in the blockchain account of the journalist, and from that moment, even a search engine can check if the writer has the background that, or what the background of the writer is. And a consumer can check if it's indeed written by a journalist.
What form should the DCC take to answer market demand? And what kind of collaborations do you think are needed?
It's important to collaborate, both on standards for timestamping, but especially on the self-sovereign identities. The identities for, in our case, or the case stuff we're talking about, the identities from timestamps and certificates. So yeah, that's where the DCC can help. Thanks, Jolanda, for hosting this event. My name is Sebastiaan van der Lans, founder of WordProof. Thanks.
Very welcome, Sebastiaan. It was great having you. If you have questions about certification, blockchain, or DCC in general, please leave a comment. For now, thank you for your attention and hope you will also join us for the next DCC Insights.